here. All righty. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh boy. Yeah, I got the fan on because it's a hot one here. It's summertime, baby. You know how that works. Yeah, I got the fans going. So you're gonna hear the fan on this one. Sorry about that. Crazy, crazy stuff that's happening right now. We've had three. No, we've had more than that. Shoot, howdy. Let me show you. Here, let me show you right away here. Let me show you. Click this, click that. Let's go to 3-day. Boing. Here we go. All right. Looks like a down tick too, though. Let's check it out. All right. Turn that. Turn that. There you go. All right. Check it out. Oh, yeah, can you see it? Yes, you can. Even with the world there. Look at here. Look at it. This is a big M right here. Here's another big M, and here's another big M. Right? They're calling these M6s, right? Bang, bang, bang. Right? Look at them all. So the space weather right here says 6 hours ago at 8:55, the last M6 came through, right? Watch it, it's gonna come in right here. Here it comes. Get out the way. Bang! Look at that. Look where it walloped. Yeah, and look at the purple line here. Right. What happened over here? I don't know yet. Okay, down here, all the way up. Right, and here's the edge of the green line. Right, solid green everywhere else. Yellow and red. And the blues. Where this thing zapped. You gotta watch. You gotta watch. Right? This isn't the only zapparini that we've had. Right? And it kind of continued. Boom, boom. There's another little pulse right there. Over Europe. Or actually over Greece. Right? There's another little pulse. Little short pulses. A bit over there. Just happening now out here. So, pretty far out. We had this bang right here. They're calling this a 6.9. Goes a 16, calling it a 6.9. Goes 18's calling it a 6.89. So it's almost a 6.7. That's an M flare. M flare. Yeah. All right. So a couple of those. Something flary comes this way, they say. 3372 is popping, baby, with M6s, M3s. I mean, 3372 is coming around the corner here. Now, 2 weeks ago, that sucker was over here, and it was letting off. But looky here today, it's back. Now it's called 3372. They can probably trace that sucker all the way around. Just because it passes our, if you remember a couple weeks ago, we had a flares, a bunch of flares, and I think it's from the same group. Last month, I think we had a bunch of them down here in the south, and then the north started kicking off just about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, but looky here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sunspots. These ones are going away. 3361's getting out of here. Right? Threat for strong M flares, 3372 is. And you can see it right here. Check this out. Boom. Anyway, making noise, boys with toys. Yeah, we were born with toys, and we're gonna die with toys. Have you seen your Venus shadow? Yeah. This image here is showing that Venus is so bright that you can see your shadow from it. Planetary K index right now is a 1.67, but it's still very, very low. There's no coronal holes to suggest that we're going to have a lot of wind. Right now, the wind is at 349. Density's up a little tick, 16 protons per cubic meter. Wind speed 349 kilometers a second. Those M6s charging the planet, baby. We've had a couple 12 fireballs flying through North America or traveling through North American space. That's Mexico, Canada, and U.S., of course. Still 2,335 potentially hazardous asteroids out there. That's potentially hazardous. Doesn't mean they are hazardous. It just means potentially. Man, you don't want to fly a spaceship in front of these things, you know, or travel on a spaceship. I don't know if you fly it. Can you fly something when there's no air in a vacuum? I don't know. Yesterday we had three of them out there. They weren't that great, but today, July 12th, this one's a little bit of a monster here. It's 7.5 lunar distances away. Here, let me kick that up just a hair so much. You're going to hear the fan a lot more. I apologize. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't know if you can fly in space. But 243 meters across. So if I put that 243, multiply it by 3, that's 729 feet across. It's nearly, what? Almost 3, it's 2.5 football fields. Yeah. That's a FAW. What's a FAW? Potentially hazardous asteroid. A space rock that's larger than 100 meters or 300 feet across. And is closer to Earth than the 0.05 AU, which is about 5% of the distance from the Earth toward the sun. Not the sun toward the Earth, but from the Earth toward the sun. Those are the areas that we watch. So, yeah, man. There's a bigger one coming on the 16th, you know. It's another 120 feet. So it's like 900 feet across. Yeah. Pretty crazy, huh? You want to see where this big one's going? Okay, they've known about it since 2018. The condition code is 0. That means they're pretty certain as to where it is. They've been watching it for 15 years. That's right. 15 years they've been watching this one. They say, oh, yeah, we know where this booger is. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. It flies or it travels. Yeah, let's zoom in just a hair. Here's the, there you go. It travels underneath us here. Where it's at now, it's underneath our planet. It still stays low. Goes out towards Jupiter, just past Mars, actually. It's under Mars here, or is it? No, it's above Mars. Yeah, it's above. It's below our plane. You know, I don't know how to say that. How do I draw it? Okay, here we go. Just so you know, do you need to, here's the sun. Our plane, like you have one travels this, another one travels this, another one travels this, around the sun. So the sun's here. Our blue planet travels around the sun about like that. So Mars travels about like that. And so when this little black rock comes through, it's traveling below us and as it goes around. Okay, so you can kind of see what happens. That's it's not exactly that, but it's pretty close to what I'm trying to say here. You can see where the lines go down. Those lines are about our orbit, not about a Mars orbit. See, Mars dips down from right here to right here. It dips down on this end, rises on that end. Ours dips right here and rises over here. So they're not exactly in the same spot. So it dips below our planet, but it's above Mars here, comes back around, and it's below Mars, and it rises up. I mean, it's coming up at a steep angle here, and it rises up above ours as our planet dips down. It's beneath us, and it's above us. So as we watch this little bugger go around, right, it goes out to past Mars, coming back around. Right there it is. It's rising above us. But here we are here on this, and this is in 2024, a year from now. So we watch this sucker zooming around. As it zooms out, it's not any threat to us at the moment. Right here in 25, it's falling behind us, ready to rise above us as we scoot underneath it. Right? And then it's still not anytime. So in the next few years, we're right now the closest this little booger's ever going to be to us. And here we're on 27. I'll go out a few more because this is a pretty darn big monster. It's way out in front of us here. As it gets closer to the sun, it speeds up. And, so its orbit is a little, like right here. It's approaching us. And it went behind us or in front of us there. So the closest next time to us will be 2031. And so this big old giant 800-foot rock right there. Boom. Yeah. So this is the closest we're going to get to that booger. It's nothing to worry about right now, thank God, unless something changes its orbit. Yeah. We have some big things happening here in the next few years. We want to make sure you hear them. I'm going to turn that down. I'm going to speak into the mic a little bit better because I don't like that fan of blowing. And I got the little doohickey around the damn microphone too. It's just loud. My lady gets up, she'll... Not flying, correct. Travel, traverse. Only thing I can think of, right? I know, right? It's NASA only says travel. Mounds versus almond joy. Well, I'm an almond joy kind of person, so right? You never know. Something could move it. Pull my finger. Anyway, let's see. What else do we have out there for you? Let's go ahead and look at Lascaux. Some really interesting pictures coming out of Lascaux right now. Let's go ahead and watch this one. Let me see. Yesterday's was interesting. So, hey, there it was. Boom! Big halo coming right at us. See that halo all the way around? Yeah. Most of the energy went to the south of us or underneath us. But still, we're going to catch that one. That's probably from that 6. Yeah. They're saying right about right there. Yeah, let's see what this side says. Boom. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey. All right, buddy. There it is. There it is. I'm sorry. I just hear the fan of blowing. It's in the noise. Can't stand it. When the new JSL studio gets built next year, early next year, I may need some help with that, doing that. But yeah, that fan won't be there. We won't have that problem. It'll be conditioned space. Yeah, but he, yeah. No problem, brother. No problem. Well, anyhow, so we got that taken care of. But let's check out what's happening in the trimmer world. In the trimmers, there's nothing again Oh my gosh. Do they all go to lunch? Only the day before, which was what, Sunday, they showed a little bit down here by Grants Pass. So nothing's happening on the West Coast? Well, let me tell you what's happening on the West Coast. Nothing. Here's a one day all magnitudes, right? We just had a little bump up here by Kettleman City. And there's the volcano down here by Coalinga, but yeah, little 2.1 here, a little squirter. But look at it, you can clearly see, right? Oh. You just never know, Slim. We got the Texas limit activated. We got the Walker Lane activated. We also have the coast activated, or the San Andreas. So what's happening? What makes these three lineaments activated? Is it just magnetics, or is it just plate tectonics? Yeah. And look at this strange event here. Bing, 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 bing. Right? This activity. I mean, come on now. What's really far out is here's your big triangle. Bango, bongo, boongo. There's your big triangle. Now, yesterday or day before, I was talking with Clem. I said, up here in Iceland, down here in Virgin Islands, and then down here, I said, look, I looked this way, and I said, however, it could go this way. So, and guess what it did? It went this way. So, that's not to say it won't happen up here because of all this movement. I mean, South America is moving like crazy train right now. I can't play it, sorry. Maybe later. But yeah, it's moving like crazy train. Now, because it's moving, the chicken leg's moving. If the chicken leg's moving, the Pacific plate's moving. If the Pacific plate's moving, that means we got more earthquakes, more volcanoes along this edge, right? More activity, a ton of activity down here. Why? Because this is pushing that, or is it? Oh, it's pulling. Yeah, the subducted plate here is pulling down, and it's banging on the bottom of the freaking world, or the center of the earth. Bottom of the world be for those flatlanders or flatliner or flat earthers. Somebody's tickling the bottom of the earth. What's interesting is this, that those people who believe in a flat earth, what happens when you go downward? Do you come out the other side, or does it perpetually go down? Or what? Is there another side of the coin of the earth, flat earth, or what happens? It doesn't make freaking sense. Hey? That's right. Anyway, but hey, some people gotta have what they want, Let's check out the buoys. Any drunk Chinamen out there? Oh, we got a hurricane out here, though, don't we? Hurricane Calvin. Oh, it's a tropical storm. I don't see anything. But oh! Looky here. Oh, hey, this little booger here. Hey, it's going. Yes, sir. Let's see the signal. Come on now. Let's see the signal. Whoa, look at that one. That's different right there. Huh. Yeah, that's a different signal right there. Look at that. Clearly going down. Wow. Something happened off the coast there. Oregon. Northwest Seattle. 300 north nautical miles west-northwest of Seattle. Ooh. Well, yeah, that's a different one. Down here was this one. Yeah, this is a new signal here. So that's up there on the edge of the Juan de Fuca fracture zone. I think there's Cobb, Axial, a few mounts up here, you know. Mountains. Not mounts, you know, they're like horses, right? Let's go ahead and open that. Let me see here what we got. What we got up here? Let's investigate this here. There's Cobb. Let's see this little section right up in here. Yeah. So right up in here, there's a strike slip, and then there's a spreading ridge. What's interesting, if that's the angle, it's moving that way at 26, that way at 59. It's being twisted still. It's being pulled apart, thus thinned. And how we look at it like this. Here's the bottom of the sea, right? Right. Here's the bottom of the sea, and this side is going down, right? So if this is being pulled, it's pulling this up and out. As it does, this thins. As it thins, because it's the weakest part, more material comes up. And so it creates new what? New crust. The crust is thin here, but it's thicker there. Do you see what I'm saying? I drew this one wrong. Here, I could probably just go like, yeah, that'd probably be easier. So, go like this. Here we go. All right. So this part is thicker, and this part is thicker. So the bottom of the ocean is here, and it's thinner here, and it thickens up and then goes underneath. So this thin part is where magma intrudes, right? And thus, when it gets up here, it cools and then turns into more crust. And that's how these seamounts work. So it cools here and here, right? So it's being, they call it recycling, or that's, you know, geologists call it. All this stuff down here is basically liquid putty. And it has a chance to escape because it's thinning up here, because this is a weakness in the plate. And it's thinning, so as it comes up, it dries and turns brown, basically, on this map. And that's why when this pulls in this direction, it's pulling it up. It's pulling the land in that direction. And this gets a lot more dense. And it's kind of like a weight, right? This has more density, and this has less density. So it's flowing in that direction. That's kind of the way plate tectonics believes it works. This isn't so much pushing as this is pulling. So it's not pushing, it's pulling it down. It's drawing out of the core, or out of the ground. So if we're catching a ton of quakes, if we're catching a magma popping up over here like Chevaluche and all these other volcanoes, we have to look to where the other plate's being pulled from, right? Because how volcanoes work is The land is here, right, in the subduction. As the heats up and pressure heats up, we get plumes of magma that reach the surface and then pop out as volcanoes. That's where the volcanoes, and generally speaking, this is 80 to 150 to even 200 kilometers or miles. So somewhere in here, that's generally speaking what happens. As the pressure goes, it squeaks out all the water. Steam is created, and the steam creates cracks. And as these cracks rise up, magma squeaks through and finds a way to the top. And these things melt. So that overheating of the rock itself melts the crust. As this crust goes down, right? It melts the crust and then it comes out in volcanoes. That's kind of like basic plate tectonics in a sense. So if we're saying that there's a rise here on this buoy, what do we think is happening? I mean, obviously something happened right there. Look at that. Boom. It isn't much of something, but it is definitely something. A millimeter, a couple millimeters, a couple centimeters maybe. Looks like 40 to 60 in meters. So it could be a couple centimeters move. But the buoy discovered it. That's odd. And it's outside a place where there's no there's you mean this thing out here. What's out there? The Explorer's seamount, right? There's another seamount right there. Why here? Why in this spot? Like the other one, the Thompson seamount. This one was going crazy here earlier this year. The Chinese are out there, man. Why there? Well, that's because we have our major submarine base out here, but if you want to go wackadoodled. But this here, there's the seamount. There's the spreading out here of the Juan de Fuca. Right? So this thing's happening right out here. There's a reason why that buoy's in that position. It's not by mistake. You know? It's not by mistake that that buoy's there. So, interesting in it. Yeah, interesting here. You can see where the brakes are here, right? Yeah. Here's it. It's north of the point. Is it another liniment that's being activated? It's right up in here. See, this liniment here is the Walla Walla Olympic liniment, and I'm going to say that that's what it is. Yeah, well, in my mind, that's what it is. So you have a different opinion. There's even a little earthquake right there. Puget Sound had a 2.6. That goes right into the park, right? Or does it? Yeah. I don't think it goes through here. Terrain. Well, it might go through Oklahoma, or it might go through here. Oh, looky here. Look at there. Goes right to this little spot here. Draw the line. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Yeah. Well, all right. I just answered my own question, but you know, you got a different thought process. So you go right ahead. Not everybody follows the lineaments, but look at here. Boom, boom. So, bingo, bongo, bingo, bongo. Oh, yeah. Whoa, waggy. Yeah, I mean, you can draw lines, you can draw triangles, all you want in life, but hey, you know, I think my cat is talking to the other cat. What you doing, buddy? Anyway, yeah. Tell me what you think. Put in the comments down below, or in a chat. Right here's Kelly. Something's kind of boom, 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 boom. Barstow. Oh. Been waiting for a Barstow quick. Yeah. Periodically they get them. Not very often. There it is right there, little Joshua tree. And Big Bear City, you know, yeah, not really. It's off of Big Bear City. Jeez. Well, pretty close. Yeah. And then here's Ridgecrest right here. Trona. Anyway, I digress here. All right, so that's it. I'm just going to take a quick look at magnetics. We do have some magnetics that came in. Right here is where the big X flare hit. The sun is moving across Africa at the moment here in this video. Oh, right there. I'm gonna watch the Middle East, and I'm gonna watch maybe. Oh, I hate to say it. I'll just say the Caribbean. I'm gonna watch them. It's not the Middle East. It's the Far East. No, that's the Far East. Yeah, it's somewhere in. Yeah. In this region, and then I'm gonna watch. Yeah. Well, everybody has their way of doing it, so you have your way. I have mine too. Don't see anything happening at the moment. We'll take a quick look at the EMSC. What happened overnight? I think it's just been a super slow time, except for the major. What the heck? Hello? There you go, baby. Come on. There you go. There you go, big boy. Oh my God. There we go. All right, so today being the 12th. Started in the 12th about 12 hours ago. Let's see here. We'll start even in the 11. Late night. Sergeant Argentina had a 4-5, 4-4 Banda C. 4-3 Chiapas, Mexico. 5-0 Northern Atlantic Ocean. Again, that's over by Virgin Islands there. And nada. Now we're back about 10 hours here. Chiapas again. Antofagasta, Chile had a 4-2. The DR, the Mona 3.8. That's the Atlantic one. Costa Rica had a 4. Kamchatka had a 4.1. Hanamara had a 4.1. So, all right. Pressure moving through. 5.0. South of Sumbawa, Indonesia. All right, so that will be the Timor region. Yeah, it looks like south of Timor, huh? Interesting stuff, but man, what is it going on? EMSC, I don't know. They don't like me, I guess. It's basically Timor. All right, let's just go with it. Go with it, baby. This new setup they got here sucks. It's too much like USGS. And it's like their servers are really bad now. They used to be way better. They got more information, but it's the way it's presented. Too much overhead, I think. Gulf of Alaska 2.9. New Britain PNG had a 4.7, 220. Xing Zhang China had a 4.1. So, New Britain. Shite. All right. Right in here. There's been a lot of activity over the last year. We've seen a lot of big quakes up in this range. It stands to reason because of the subduction zone here and the strike subs happening out here. And a lot of activity through here and right through here. The slamming of the Pacific plate underneath the Australian plate. There's got to be a reason why these earthquakes here in Fiji and Tonga all happen. Subduction. So, get a different idea? Go ahead, post it. But Sandwich Islands had a 5.2. The Southern Pacific rise, basically the Chile rise, actually, had a 5.2. Up here in Chile near Santiago, they had another 4.5. Up north in Argentina, they had a 4.5, and then a 4.2 in Chile, northern Chile. In Indonesia, we got the Bismarck C1 off Papua New Guinea. Then we're moving into the Banda C, a 4.4, and then the 5.0 in the Timor region. Well, here's Timor. Here's Bali right here. So it's not the Savu Sea. It's not the Ashmore, but it's, what do you call that? Southeast of Bali. All right. It's in a Java Ridge. And then we have up here, Bosnia Herzegovina had a 4.5. And why do you think that is? I mean, there's been a lot of activity on in the Aegean Sea, and it's recently stopped. We had some on the other side of Greece as well, and then now up here. Do you think this plate boundary goes all the way through, or does it go up and around and up to Iceland? That's the other point, does it? Well, does it, punk? I don't know. Put your thoughts in there. Tell me what you think, man. It isn't just me, passing gas. It's me out here telling you. This is what I think it is. And I'm open to being convinced. Here's another interesting. Bingo. Bongo. Bingo. Oh. Hmm. Bingo, bongo, bingo, bongo. Huh? Whoa, Waggy. Bongo, bingo, bongo. Yeah. When there's nothing else it can be said, that's what's being said. Planet is being charged, everybody. Quick look at the volcanoes. See what's going on. According to Volcano Discovery, in the news today, Popo, Simiru, Ducono, Rick James, Reventador, Mayon, Sangay, Nevada del Ruiz. So Fuego is still popping at 13. It's way down. Fuego's been semi pretty quiet. Still popping about every 20 minutes, but it's not popping a lot. Nevada del Ruiz, there in Colombia. It's got some ashes, but not a lot. Popo, 17,800 foot mountains, only popping to 20s. That means it's, throat's clear and just expressing heat, basically. Simiru down there in just west of Java, or on Java, west of Bali. It's 12,000 foot mountain. It goes to 14. Nothing. Tsunosejima is south west of Japan, just about like 6 islands off Japan's southern coast. 7,000 out of a 2,700 foot mountain. So it's still pretty active. Fagradal up there in Alaska. You saw the pictures. We've been all watching it. It's been amazing watching Mother Earth just, I'm going to watch what I say there. Just, yeah, stuff coming up. Mayon volcano over there in the Philippines. Still erupting, still shooting out gas and incandescence, and dropping some magma once in a while. Sangay volcano there in Ecuador, 20,000, and Sangay is a 17 and change as well. And Ducono over there in Halimarahara, 6,000 from a 3,600 foot mountain. Ducono is, and Ibu's over there, and it's 4,300 foot mountain. And both of them are coughing. Cough to the left, cough to the right. Reventador, there in Ecuador, 15,000 out of a 11,000 and change. So it's not a whole lot. Just pushing up some, emissions. Semencaya volcano down there in southern Peru, 24,000 out of a 19,000 foot mountain. Not a lot. Not a lot. And Popo doing its thing, Rick James, though, here's the intrusion right here, and here's the intrusion. Here's the eruption fissure. Yeah. Hazardous area, right? Here's the old one, the pink ones. Where are the pink ones at? Here's all that. Yeah, man. Down here. Fagradal, all that stuff. I can't even say these words. Pardon me. I can't say the words, but just say it's an intrusion. It's a fracture, fissure, and it's coming up. Most of the Pacific Northwest has what Professor Nick lovingly calls chocolate, because, and they're miles thick. They came from these kind of fissures. I mean, how much stuff had to come up? Well, how much stuff went down first? You never ask those questions. But I do. I think about that stuff. But anyway, I digress. Well, that's pretty much it for the morning report. There's not a whole lot going on. There is some political stuff happening in the United States, and I don't want to step into doo-doo and get anything on me, so I'm not going to post it. I'll do it live rather than that. But, yeah, I mean, shoot howdy. We got things that happen around the world. Pretty big storms is watching over in New England. You know, we can look at COD real quick before we close up. Vermont had some flooding, and New York had some flooding where somebody passed away, unfortunately. Got a band of, crapola down over here, and a little bit down here. And we can look at the dirty and see if there's any water related. Yeah, there's water related. Pacific has got a little monsoonal stuff happening. Right? Let's look at the hurricane situation. Calvin's out there about to die. 45 knots or 50 miles an hour. Right? We can check it out. It's going to go burp, 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 burp. Yep. They predicted by 2 a.m. on Monday, it'll be way out here. It'll be a tropical storm. It's a hurricane. Going to be a hurricane. And it just, it'll get all wiped out, right? So, let's go ahead and see what it looks like here, eh? Oh, yeah. Looks good. Look at that booger. Can you see it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Watch it spin. Oh. It's Calvin, the third one. And, burp. And the other side's not, there's just nothing happening, right? Over here off of Africa. Well, there's a little bit, but I don't see any, spin. And it's pushing it down. It's keeping it down, baby. It's keeping it down. You're keeping me down. All right. Here's the southern part of the U.S. Heat in the four corners. Excessive heat. Yep. And that little line right there is probably where I'm going to be. Yeah. Right, that little line. I noticed there was a little line over here in Alabama. Maybe we got a little one right there. Ooh, okay, baby. Anyhow, yeah. Remember, have a plan for any case of, if you live in an area where, fit hits the shan at times, even if you don't, I recommend you getting some dry food as well. Freeze dried. Yeah. This last 25 years. Yeah. I recommend you doing it and doing it right away. There's a shortage. Yeah. The whole world 10 years ago had, shelves which were empty. You walk through a Walmart today, there are shelves that are empty. I'm just telling, baby. Learn how to make some plants. I can grow some. I can grow in the tent. I can grow my plants inside in a controlled environment. And you can too. You can too, yeah, you can too. And remember, be prepared. Don't be scared. And most of all, don't get none on you. I'm Joe. I'm out. I'll be around here. We'll come in with a second half. Maybe we'll look at some of this balarchy out there. I don't know, man. I don't know. Somebody in the White House. Yeah. Big hugs, y'all.